Coming up on today's show, we explain how some students walked out to have their voices heard.
And we have a new live sports update. Get ready because RNE-TV Live starts now.
Good morning. Today is Friday, March 23rd, 2018. I'm Gabby Greenlee.
And I'm Caleb Daniels. Let's start with some announcements. If you want your voice heard, come pick up an application to run for student government office. You can serve as a senator, house member, or class officer next year. Applications are outside E109 and must be returned to Ms. Bodie by today at 3:45.
Join the Project Care Coalition in a candid conversation about teen substance abuse and prevention. Come out to hear personal stories from MAD, real students, health professionals, and law enforcement at the World Cafe event. This event will be held on April 12th at R2I2 from 6 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. Free food will be served starting at 5:30 p.m. and all participants will receive 1 hour of community service. Register at projectcaremeeting.eventbrite.com by April 6th.
The Valentine's Day shooting in Florida continues to impact students all across the nation. On Wednesday, March 14th, exactly 1 month after the shooting, students took action. Here is RNE-TV Live reporter Brandon Pendergrass.
At 10 a.m., students all over the school got up out of their seats to walk through the frigid courtyard towards the gym.
In less than 5 minutes, students filed themselves into the gym in an orderly fashion.
As everyone stood together and reflected on recent events, Student Body President Kamaya Johnson delivered a powerful speech reciting the names of each of the victims from the Florida shooting.
Lucas Boyer was 15 years old. Kara was 14.
The students planned to stay in the gym for exactly 17 minutes, 1 minute for each of the victims in Florida. This event helped students realize how impactful an organized protest can be.
Coming together to me is way more powerful than everybody being divided in their own set groups. You get more done as a group together as a whole versus broken down into different groups.
The event gained an overwhelming amount of support from teachers and administrators.
They have to make a change, and if I can get a couple of them just to think about it and do that later on in the ballot box, or become involved, hopefully we'll save their children's lives in schools one day.
I think the message that adults wanted to give the kids is that you do have a voice and you can stand for something as long as you do it the right way.
While a large crowd did show up, a few students decided to stay back in the classroom.
I felt like it was really no point because majority of the people who did walk out were only doing it just to get out of class.
With gun violence, I don't believe that even if you do protest, it's not going to do anything because you're still going to have the issue of guns bringing out there, or even drugs for that matter.
One student's silent protest turned the heads of students, teachers, and administrators.
I was lying on the floor and I had signs around me and index cards with the names of all the lives that were lost. And I had one on me that said, "Am I next?"
When it came time to go back to class, surrounding viewers praised Tiana for her display, and Dr. Suber was very grateful for her cooperation.
It only would become a problem if something was disruptive. And so I just simply said to her that I heard you, I appreciate you, but if you stay in the middle of the floor and we're trying to have class, it becomes a disruption. And so she was absolutely okay with that. She just wanted her point across.
On a national level, since there are so many schools participating, I believe that maybe won't be able to get affected right away, but they'll notice it. And once the students come together like they did today, then they'll do something about it.
Reporting for RNE-TV Live, I'm Brandon Pendergrass.
Thanks, Brandon. Tomorrow, students across the nation are planning marches to continue the conversation and have their voices heard.
In other school news, senior T-shirts are on sale now. Short sleeve shirts are $10 and long sleeve shirts are $15. Pay Mr. Ramus in the fees office and then stop by Ms. Stone's room, A212, to pick up your shirt. There is a limited supply, so please hurry.
Attention seniors, please bring your college acceptance and scholarship letters to Ms. James in room A109.
Class of 2018. There are a few spots left in the yearbook for senior ads. The final deadline to buy an ad is Thursday, March 29th. You may pay Mr. Ramos in the fees office or order a yearbook at yearbookforever.com. Full-page ads are $400, half-page ads are $200, and quarter-page ads are $100. For questions, see Ms. Brooke in room B208.
The school store will be open today during lunch. And it's Friday, and that means it's time for sports. Sports producer Alex Wages is here with more.
Good morning, Cavaliers, and welcome to another sports update. I'm Alex Wages. This past Tuesday, the baseball team faced off against the Ridgeview Blazers. Performances by Eli Clement and Tucker Dove, who threw his first shutout, allowed the Cavalier baseball team to beat the Ridgeview Blazers with a score of 3-0.
I think it's really good. It gives us a positive mindset going into this season, because the season's really early, but it helps us get to our goal of making the playoffs and hopefully winning state.
The baseball team picked up another win last night against Gilbert High School with a blowout score of 11-1. It was a close game for softball as the girls faced off against Ridgeview as well. Maya Taylor and Rose Beecham were just a few players who tried to put the Cavaliers over the Blazers, but it was not enough as the girls lost with a final score of 13-11. Due to weather, track and field had to cancel their meet this past Wednesday. Track and field is scheduled to have a meet at Jure for the Allen Johnson Invitational next Saturday. The girls' soccer team played against Ridgeview on Tuesday and picked up the win against the Blazers with a score of 3-0. The girls later went on to play against Newberry High School Wednesday night and picked up another win with a final score of 3-0. Last night, the girls played against the Lancaster Bruins and lost with a score of 1-3. Boys soccer also played against Ridgeview this past Tuesday and beat the Blazers with a final score of 4-2. The boys traveled to Lancaster to play their next region game tonight. The boys are currently 2-1 in the region, so be sure to send support their way. The boys tennis team faced off against Ridgeview on Tuesday. The boys picked up their first win of the season as they beat Ridgeview with a final score of 4-2. The boys tried to bring the momentum of their first win against Lancaster last night, but did not pick up the win against the Bruins as they lost with a final score of 0-6. Be sure to stay tuned for all new Sports 360, and also be sure to follow the Sabre on Twitter for updates at RNE-Sabre. Reporting for RNE-TV Live, I'm Alex Wages. Back to the anchors.
Thanks, Alex. That wraps up today's show. Stay tuned next week as we switch things up with some special guests. Reporting for RNE-TV Live, I'm Gabby Greenlee.
And I'm Caleb Daniels. Have a great weekend, and remember, it's a great day to be a Cavalier.